Season 2 of the Pat and JT podcast.
Oh man, I'm here at last. The best time, always gonna be the best. Come on!
Exclusively on the Parkville Network.
All right.
And we talked about it a little bit ago, a couple episodes ago, that we have a brand new website, patandjt.com, completely revamped, and some things have changed a little bit. People are noticing this.
Yeah.
It's all for the good. It's all for the positive, but we just kind of need to explain it a little bit.
As a matter of fact, I just wrote back to a couple of people because they were trying to find some older episodes. And one of them was a newer listener that just started and wanted to get caught up. And somebody else says, on the weekends, usually when I'm doing some stuff. And now everybody's so messed up right now. They're not listening. Their listening habits aren't the same. Their routines aren't the same. And I think that's a real big disruption for a lot of people. Is there's the inconvenience that goes along with what's going on right now, but then there's the disruption of just your daily routine. And as much as we hate to admit to liking routines or having one, we do. And then all of a sudden you're all out of sorts.
Right.
And nothing's working right. But so that causes some people to binge listen, right? And that's awesome, but they aren't listening every day. Totally understand. But then they go to get caught up and it's like, well, I can only find 10 episodes.
Yeah.
There's a reason for that. When we did the updates and the upgrades on the website, we decided to go with a different player. So not getting all in the box here, but
fancier.
Right. So what we're going to be using to play back our episodes, everything will live on our website.
Right.
No problem. But you can only find on every platform, they'll have the 10 latest episodes.
Yeah.
So if you listen every day, you're not going to even notice.
Right. And a lot of people are caught up. So that's why we haven't heard from a ton of people.
Right.
But yeah, if you're going back and listening, or if you're, like you said, new and you want to hear the whole first season, yeah, just go to the website.
Go to the website. Everything's there. The only thing you have to do is you need to sign up or create an account. And there's a reason for that. And that's something that's coming, but it's more goodies.
Right.
I'm just telling you that. But just you sign up and then you'll have access to everything.
Yeah. And it's right. And it's a free account now. Just sign up, get your email address. You can get in and have access.
Yeah.
And there's a whole bunch of fun stuff.
So patandjt.com, you can go check it out. Let us know what you think of the website. Because it's completely different. And you'll see pictures at the top of the page. There's a rhyme to the reason up there, method to the madness. The biggest picture is the most recent episode. Mm-hmm. And then all those, there's 5 pictures total.
Yeah.
3, 4, 5. And so those are the 5 most recent episodes. And then you'll see the list, but there's also a tab, hit podcast, and you can scroll through. They're numbered. So you might have to go back a few pages. I think there's 44 pages.
Yeah. So they're all there. So you'll be able to find
But everything's
them.
there.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, let's go ahead and see what we've got in the mailbox and the DMs and all that good stuff. A really cool story. And I tell you, just to warn you, we're waiting on a phone call right now.
This could happen at any time.
Any second, from Christy. And Christy works at the high school, DC West. That's your...
Formerly Waterloo Valley.
Right?
Yes.
And that's in Valley.
Yes.
Angie sent us a note the other day and said, if you guys feel like it, can you give our kids a shout out? DC West Schools out in Valley. It's awesome. The senior class got to have a virtual prom with Al Roker. Her daughter, senior at DC West, said it was awesome. And it all started when Trevor Seaman and his mom, Jill, designed Senior Strong t-shirts, sold them to raise money for scholarships, which is cool. Had a small segment that was done on them locally on WWT. And then the Today Show saw it. They contacted the school so they could put a virtual prom together. The video, if you check the show notes, the link's in the show notes to check out the video. It's awesome. It's and it's Al Roker and it's all the kids. And so anyway, we're waiting on Christy to call us so she can tell us how this all happened.
She's carrying in groceries right now. So she's gonna, as soon as she's done carrying groceries, she's going to be hitting our hips. So
awesome.
We have to be ready to be prepared at any time.
I can't wait because I thought that was just so
very cool. Yeah.
It's so neat. But in the meantime, let's grab a couple others here while we're sitting here. Oh, by the way, Valeska wrote in, all caps, I miss my dentist too.
You guys are crazy. I mean,
I got a note from my dentist though. They're opening back up. As we speak, it's probably about a week away.
Okay, good. So you can get back in there and thank God this anxiety of you missing your dentist.
Probably not going to be able to get an appointment.
Cow.
Between that and getting my hair cut, hopefully, I don't know what the salon regimen is or protocol is. I'm not sure. I know a couple of salons where they're standalones. We talked about this. One client at a time. You have to stay in your car till it's your turn.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of thing.
That's fine.
But I imagine getting an appointment is going to be a biatch.
Oh, I'm sure. Oh, they could be. Hey, I know these guys and girls want to get back to work, so they may be working 20-hour shifts.
Well,
you may be getting your
wondering-
hair cut at 2 a.m, but whatever, get it done.
I think
Why not?
I'm good with that. So hopefully I'm going to go call the regulars and see if I can get in. And if not, I'll be shopping around.
We got a hilarious text from Becca on something you and I were debating the other day.
Really?
Yeah, 402-403-9478 is our phone number to text in. She goes, and all our names, Pat and Jill, all caps. I'm yelling at my Alexa right now while you debate soap operas. I must help with my 24 years of experience, maybe 22. Mom used to rock me to bed while Bo and Hope, Bo and Hope were fighting over who loves each other more.
That was Days of Our
Always.
Lives.
Well, hold on a second. Let's get that. I don't know. I'm a little on to Becky here on
I'm
this
making
one.
a chart right
Okay.
now.
Yes, that was Days of Our Lives.
Oh, good. Good. I never
no, I
watched-
don't. That's not here. I think you're right, though.
I think that's right. Okay. Oh, go ahead.
I think Bo and Hope are on Days of Our Lives. Anyway, whatever. There are 2 Victors! ! Victor Newman is
That's who I'm
young
thinking of.
and the Restless, right? And daughter Victoria Newman. Victoria Lord Buchanan is a whole nother lady on
is.
One Life to Live, and Victoria Kiriakis, Days of Our Lives, with the Hourglass and Hope Brady. Ready? Fun fact: Victor Kiriakis has been played by Jennifer Aniston's dad, John, since day one. To confirm,
I didn't know that. I didn't know that was the character, though.
But to confirm, both Victors have mustaches.
Victor
you, Becca.
Newman and what was her name?
Victor Newman and something Kiriakis? No, Victoria Lord Buchanan.
Victoria Lord Buchanan. She was married to Clint Buchanan.
Okay, let's not.
And Clint and Bo Buchanan.
I don't want to get Becca in a twist again. Let's not.
I can do this. Because
Really?
then Bo married Hannah. Was it? No, what was her name? Oh no!
In real life or the character?
No, the character.
Bo and Hope. It was Bo and Hope.
Different Bo. I'm talking about Buchanan Bo. You're talking about the other Bo.
We have a million freaking names in this planet.
And they chose the same ones
Same
for all
ones,
the
and
soap
they all have
operas.
I mean, do they do research and they go, women think Chads are hot.
Right.
Women think Victors with mustaches are hot. Absolutely ridiculous.
So Vicky, see Bo. What was Bo's wife's name? Because she married 3 guys and their last names all rhymed.
I'm going to expect.
Hannon, Gannon, Buchanan.
I
know. I remember that. Hannon, Gannon, Buchanan.
I'm going to expect
was her first
Becca coming in hot here in our DMs here in a second.
Dang it. Oh, man. Anyway.
Yeah.
That's funny. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's funny as you get people talking about soap operas. I think everybody has watched at least a little bit at one point in their life. Whether it was growing up and grandma watched it or you went to college and you got hooked on one. You do. And I never made that connection before because I didn't watch Young and the Restless. Maybe on occasion I did. But Victor Newman.
Maybe that's why they had so many. The names could be the same because usually you didn't watch them all. You
They
had
were on
like
a
your
different
favorite.
network.
Yeah, you just and same times.
Yeah, I think you stuck with your network.
Yeah, of course you did.
Like One Life to Live, General Hospital. Mm-hmm. That was my network. I think it was ABC. So I didn't watch the Young and the Restless.
Those
and the Days of
losers
Our
over there.
Lives. I didn't watch them.
Now, Lacey texts in, I don't remember doing this. She goes, please go back and listen to episode 35 at half speed. I literally had to pull over when Pat started singing the hand washing song because I was laughing so hard. Thank you both for saving my sanity through this quarantine. It's amazing how good laughter is for the soul. Lacey, thank you very much. I'll have to go back and listen. I don't even remember. I don't remember what I had for dinner last night, let alone what happened in episode 35. So I'll have to go back and check that out. But anything at half speed is hilarious. And I do have to say,
Nora.
speaking of,
I'm sorry.
no, Nora?
Nora Buchanan. That's who Bo was
my
married
God.
to. I'm sorry.
Nora! So
My tick.
I'm on,
I just yell out the names of characters.
not to go on like side note, because I'll bring you right back to where you want to go. But we said earlier that Beth and I finally got on, what's your little TikTok? Not TikTok.
No, Marco Polo.
Marco Polo. And we've been poloing, you guys, you and Heidi, and doing some fun stuff, right? So I have noticed that sometimes when we look down, Beth and I look at the little line, progression line to see how long the talk is.
Yeah.
The later it gets, the longer the videos
And the
get.
slower we talk.
Right. So I hit the double speed. I hit the times 2. And she's like, this is fantastic. 'Cause you understand everything. It just goes faster and you get it done quicker.
And get through it.
Yeah.
I was getting a little, what did I say? Loco Polo?
Loco Polo, yeah.
Loco Polo. Because I discovered some of the options.
Yeah.
And so did you see my filter? where I did the cartoon one.
Yes, I did. It was pretty cool. You're
Had the cartoon
Jack.
dog.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
My cartoon drink.
Yeah,
It was cartoon me.
it's pretty.
And then
it's
and where I
pretty
sent a picture.
cool. I didn't see the
I
picture
sent
one.
a picture of the cats.
Yes. I did see that
Yeah.
one. So we need to start like a Pat and JT podcast Marco Polo group.
Let's do that.
So if you're on Marco Polo, send us your
Let's
whatever
do
your
that.
name, and then we'll just all like Marco Polo. No D pics, no boobies,
like the governor.
no butts.
Or what? Was it the governor or the mayor of New York we were talking about?
It was.
They set up the hotline and you can
Yeah.
text us a picture of people who are not social distancing.
Yeah.
It's not what they got. So we need to go ahead and get our own account set up first. We'll have it set up before this airs
Okay.
for Marco Polo. Or do we just want to have...
Okay. So here's a question about Marco Polo. So like if I have mine, and I have like you and Heidi and me and Beth, our group.
Yeah.
And then I start a group with 2 other people. Like everybody doesn't see those. You can only send it to that one. So we can use our same names if
Yeah.
you want, and then
We
just
just
add
need
that
to-
we just need to add you guys to our like one Pat and JT group.
So we need to,
So just send us your
We'll
Marcos.
figure it out.
Either way, if you're on Marco Polo, send us your digis
So either send it to Pat's or to mine.
or to hers. And mine is Pat is a boy, I think. You know what? Whatever. Look in the show notes.
You know what? I'm going to look real quick.
Look and see what
mine
it is.
I'm not sure what mine
Okay.
is. It's so much. It is fun.
Yeah, and it actually is a lot. It is a lot of fun
If you don't mind us being a little...
because we're doing a lot of
inebriated.
creeping on our neighbors, which is super fun.
Let's see.
I'm P Sizzle. Excuse me.
Of course you are.
Yeah. So and I can probably just search by my email address as
How
well.
can you tell who you are?
Under the little settings wheel.
Where's the little... Oh, there it is down there.
Yeah.
I'm just Jill Thomas.
Okay.
And I have the bow in my hair.
I'll change mine to Pat as a boy.
Okay. I will get mine fixed
B-O-Y.
too.
Okay. And I'm verified. No big deal. So, anywho.
I may have to change mine. That other JT.
Okay, do that.
Let's do that. We'll
so
make it easy.
So Pat is a boy, that other JT. And otherwise, you can, I'll put it in the show notes too of this. My email address, pat@parkvillemedia.com is what it's also assigned
That's
to.
right.
So,
I'm verified too.
yeah, no big deal. So yeah, we'll do that. So
So
we'll start that group
bite me,
and that'll be
Twitter.
fun. We could have, how fun would
Sorry.
that be? But again, the first DIC, you're out. First boobies we see, you're out. First butt we see, you're out. All that kind of
Even
stuff.
though we're rolling into summer,
Right.
keep it covered.
Exactly. Okay.
Interesting.
So,
Okay. So when you pull up mine, just real quick,
Mm-hmm.
when you pull up mine, you can't see any other information on there, right?
no,
Right.
just what you want us to see. That's it. That's it.
And
Just
that's
what you
where you
want
got to
us
be
see.
careful.
So we'll get that group set up and everybody will find, just
Okay.
check the show notes. Want to take a second to thank American Heart Association for being a supporter of our podcast.
Absolutely. Really proud to be working with them and passing along some good information. Would you recognize the most common signs of a stroke? They're important to know.
Just remember, fast. Face, arms, speech, and time. Fast.
Exactly. If one side of their face droops when they smile, if they can't keep both arms raised in the air, or their speech is slurred or strange, or you see any of those signs, call 911 immediately.
When it comes to a stroke, every second counts. My grandfather had a stroke, and I
Right.
realized that, and they got to him in time, and it helped.
It's all in just the simplest thing. Remember, fast. Face, arms, speech, time.
Visit heart.org to learn more about how to prevent a stroke and recognizing the warning signs of a stroke.
And like we said before, we were waiting for a phone call.
Yeah.
We weren't sure who was going to be calling.
Right.
It could be Christy, it could be Angie, but it's neither one. Instead,
Okay,
we've got Jim, the principal from DC West. How you doing?
I'm well. How are you guys?
Doing great. We were just talking about your story. Angie sent us a note and told us about the virtual prom with Al Roker. Tell us how this happened and what went down.
It was pretty unbelievable, really. We, my high school secretary, Christy Trost, got an email. Well, we all actually did. I was on a Zoom meeting that morning with some staff members about some other topics going on here, trying to finish up the school year. And Christy called me, my secretary called me and said, "Hey, I've seen this email from the Today Show. I think it's probably spam, but do you want me to call back?" And I was kind of irritated because she kept calling me.
Right.
And I was in the middle of another meeting, and I said, "Yes, just call back. I don't care at this point. Just call." So anyway, long story short, I'm glad she did because it turned out to be a great opportunity for our school and our kids. You get all these emails if you guys work in in the public. You get, hundreds of emails every day. And the first thing I always try to do is just delete all the spam. And so I'm really glad that Christy looked at it, because I might have deleted it. Who knows? But
Heck yeah.
Christy was kind of the key to getting us the initial connection. And then we talked with the Today Show, one of the producers, and that afternoon. And we were still kind of in the running. It sounded like maybe 20 or 25 high schools they were looking at to do this virtual prom. And so we talked about the unique experience that our kids had the last 2 years with the flood, and then, of course, with the COVID-19 cancellation of school, and how resilient our students had been. And then again that evening, then they called us back and said that we were chosen.
That's
and then
awesome.
It was a whirlwind from there.
How cool
Wow,
is that?
that is so neat. And I like who did the orchestrating with the kids, because they didn't just all Zoom in and they had this virtual party with Al Roker, although they did do that. They added the cherry on top like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, we had a senior Zoom meeting with them the following day after we knew we were selected, and told them about it. The gal from the Today Show, the producer, is Christine Marrera. She's the one that was that kind of was our coordinator. She worked with us and got all the videos, helped us to do all that stuff. But yeah, we told the kids the following day on a Zoom meeting, and it was funny because some of them were super excited and some of them didn't know who Al Roker was. So we were kind of dating ourselves in that, we all know who Al Roker is. Come on. But I suppose that's no different than us. Maybe I didn't know who I'd heard of Demi Lovato, but I didn't know what she sang.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay.
So it works both ways.
You just mentioned Demi Lovato because this was part of the surprise.
Yes.
We hadn't told that story. Go right ahead.
Well, yeah, Christine at the Today Show kept telling us that they were going to work really hard to get a celebrity guest, but we didn't know who it was going to be. And of course, this was like a 2-day turnaround. Like, we found out on Tuesday or Monday night that we were going to be on the Today Show, and we were filming this whole thing on Thursday.
Wow.
So
Jeez.
Tuesday we met with the kids, and then anyway, Christine at the Today Show was working on a celebrity, and she was able to make the connection with Zoe, and that Demi Lovato was one of her idols, musical idols, and anyway was able to get Demi Lovato on short notice, and she did the message, and it was pretty awesome. But we didn't even know, we didn't know who the celebrity guest was either until Demi showed up on that
You could
Thursday.
tell everybody
prom.
everybody was just like floored because Chloe had sang the school song and did
Zoe
did. I'm sorry, Zoe did and sang the school song. It was wonderful. And then they asked her about her influence and mentioned the Demi Lovato. Next thing you know, there's the message. Everybody's faces were just like, like total
wasn't that
shock.
cool?
Huge.
Oh, it was awesome. And everybody got the corsages and boutonnieres. Who did that?
Well, the Today Show sent all those. Actually, we sent the order to Hy-Vee on 156th and Maple, and they actually put everything together because we needed a big florist shop that could put a lot together in a hurry.
Yeah.
And we'd worked with them before, and so they put it all together. And then they delivered the corsages out here to the high school, and then a bunch of us, administrative team and secretaries and just whoever we could get, we all helped and delivered. We each took about 8 or 10 kids and delivered those to their houses.
Socially
on
distancing.
Wednesday.
I like the way you did that. You just left them on the front porch.
Yep. Social distancing.
You should have let the people drive by slow and just pitch them into their car windows. That would have been
Something
fun.
like that,
Mix it up.
yes.
You know what's so
It was
cool?
kind of similar to that.
It's we're as parents, and I have 2 high schoolers. Just keeping them engaged anyway, and keeping this quarantine and social distancing from messing with their heads at such a young age. To come up with we're all thinking of all these creative things to keep them going. This was such a great thing for them that they'll remember. Unfortunately, a lot of them remember the quarantine, not having graduations and this, but your group of kids are going to remember this for the rest of their lives. Yeah,
I think it was super special. I would say probably, if you're in education, obviously we all and everybody feels bad for that senior class that missed so many of these kind of time-honored traditions at the end of their senior year. I felt as bad about canceling prom as just about any of them, but I mean, it just wasn't going to happen. And so I thought when this came to light and that we were a possibility and that we got that, it just it felt great to be able to do that. I knew it was going to be an awesome deal. It's not every day you get to be on national TV and highlight your kids in your high school and your school district. So it was a great opportunity that kind of fell in our lap. Trevor Seaman, one of our senior students, had put together a Senior Strong t-shirt for the whole Omaha metro area. And that's really where they kind of found out about us. And then as they did a little more research, they found out about the floods the previous spring. And I think, kids are very resilient. And that's one of the things as adults that I think that we take from kids all the time is that, they bounce back pretty quickly. And it's one of the lessons I think all of us adults have kind of taken from our kids is,
for sure,
you can only, you kind of dealt a hand sometimes, and you can only play that hand to the best of your ability. And that's what I would say, not only our seniors, but seniors across the country are doing. And as adults, we can take that little bit of resiliency from them.
Well, you had said before that you were on a conference call or something, and Christy kept interrupting you, wanting to know if this was spam. Well, ironically enough, she's interrupting your Zoom here too. She just jumped on. She's right here. Christy, we're on with Jim.
Par for the course.
Yeah, wants to know if you stop interrupting him on this thing.
Times today too. Interrupted him.
He just interrupted me in my last Zoom too. So. And I'm like, quit calling.
Unless it might be Al Roker again. You never know.
Right.
Yeah, I never know. I better take her phone calls.
That's really cool. I was going to ask too about the kids last year when the floods happened, when they got taken out of school, they didn't get to go back to finish last year either, did they?
No, we were just out 1 week as far as school closure. I remember it was like March 15th or right there somewhere. And it was the following week we found out we had a school work day that Friday. And that's when the flooding just started. It was out of nowhere. I mean, we knew the rivers were high, but I mean, I don't think any of us could have predicted the kind of what that turned into as far as the flooding. And then, we canceled school the following week. And then we were able to start school back that following Monday then, but a lot of our kids, were displaced and those types of things. So
I remember that. That's right, because they were literally living in temporary quarters.
Yeah,
with friends.
I mean, I don't have a number off the top of my head on how many kids, but there were several that were in. I mean, again, when you just
your house is underwater
for natural disasters, and so
Wow, they have been through so much.
Yeah,
that's just amazing.
Yeah.
Well, it was a cool video to watch, and we've got it both in the show notes and also going to be posting it reposting it as well. It's so great for the kids and good for you guys getting that put together. Yeah, and that wasn't easy.
So now we'll Jim, we know you have another meeting, so we'll go ahead and boot you, and then we'll finish talking to Christy, get the real scoop. Okay,
that sounds good.
All right.
I mean, there were so many people that helped put that together. That was such a quick whirlwind, but I would say that Christy did more than just about anybody. She was calling every parent and making sure they knew. I mean, the amount of time just to make those kinds of phone calls and try to get a hold of people, because again, it isn't like we had a month to put it together. We had 2 days to get it together. And so, like I said, Christy just went above and beyond. And there were a bunch of people that worked hard to do this, but
who the heck is this? Who Judy Smith's trying to get in here now?
Oh yeah,
and Judy as well. Judy's our prom sponsor.
Okay.
She puts on our traditional prom, and she did a whole bunch too. We got her in on the second day, and her and Christy did a ton of work. So
all right, well,
I'm going to sign off.
Jim, thank you so much. We really appreciate it and having a chance to talk to you.
I interrupted you again, Jim.
Well, keep interrupting me. Anytime we get positive media attention, you need to interrupt me.
Take it.
Keep doing it.
Yes.
See you all. Thanks,
Jim. We'll see you later.
That's great. So we're bringing in.
Well, Christy's on, and then Judy is also here too. Hi. Are you there, Judy?
I am here.
Good deal. Hi, welcome.
Welcome.
We were just talking about trying to put this all together in such a short turnaround, couple 3 days, and you both obviously you're on the phone team and calling people to double check to make sure they knew. I got a question for you. How did we get everybody dressed in their prom gear when they had 2 days to get a dress or a suit?
Good question.
You know what? I had parents. They're like, we, the first thing they're like, where do we get a tux? And I was like, you know what? I wouldn't worry about a tux right now. I would say if you got a nice shirt and a tie, that's what we're going to go with right now. If you have to come to prom in a nice t-shirt, we just want you there to enjoy this. So,
a lot of them made it though. They did get the dress and they got the they all looked great.
Well, and I think a lot of our girls, I think everybody kind of thought they might be, some parents, because you can watch parents on Facebook and see them out shopping with their kids, and you could see the comments. It's like, what are you doing? You're not going to have prom. And the parents are like, well, we're still holding out hope. I think everybody just had a little bit of hope that maybe they were going to be able to come back and do prom. So I think some people had gone out and bought they had their stuff. So.
Some of this, with the store, it's so tough with COVID because so many stores were closed. So their options weren't as big, and maybe they did some online stuff, but you couldn't even do that because in 2 days Amazon wasn't going to deliver a prom dress.
That's not like toilet paper. That's not it's not like necessary. Right, you're totally right. They're not.
So what stood out in your mind, Christy, and then Judy, both of you? What stood out in your mind in the stuff that you had to do to get this ready?
Go ahead, Judy.
Just a lot of contacts. I mean, Christy and I spent 3 or 4 hours on the phone calling every single parent. And we went down the phone tree, and if we couldn't get a hold of the parent, we went all the way to their second contact that if there was an emergency in the school. I mean, we were leaving messages, actually physically talking to somebody. And the first time we announced it, when Jim announced it on Tuesday to the kids, and we had that first Zoom meeting, I think our kids were in shock. They were like, the Today Show wanted them to be really woohoo, yay, and they were like, what is this? Is this real? Is this really happening? What kind of what is this all about? And then I think it started, mom and dads started, this is real, kids. This is exciting. And I think our parents were just as excited and on board as anybody.
Well, like Jim said, I know my kids don't know what the Today Show is. If I asked them, and he said a lot of them didn't know who Al Roker was, which was great. So I understand them not being pumped and the parents being more jacked than the kids were. Yeah. For sure.
He went through. I liked how what Al did. Went through a lot of the stuff. They had a dance contest. There was a king and queen, and how did those parents keep it under their hats, man?
Right?
That was hard. I had to, I'm the prom sponsor, so I had talked to Jim on Friday and said, we had previously made the commitment. We're going to go ahead and vote for the candidates. So I made a Google Doc, sent it out to all the seniors, said that they needed to turn that in by Thursday of next week. And then the following week, we'd vote on the final 5. Well, then they got an email from me on Monday saying, no, this is due tonight. Get it in tonight. I need you all voting tonight. And they were all kind of like, what the heck is the matter with Smith? And it was rush. And then it was, oh my God. For some reason, the crown or the things that we had normally ordered weren't there. And so we had to go find
crowns.
The crowns. It was
the crown
crazy.
store.
There was a lot of running around.
Yeah.
There was a lot of running around.
Not a lot of crown stores. Yeah.
Gotta contact the parents too, and make it's like, okay, this is all got to be on the down low, but you have to be involved in this now. You gotta listen for your kid's name to be announced and hand the crown in. And we were having to meet parents in the parking lots at Hy-Vee to give them the crowns and
where
the
deals were going down.
Seriously.
Covert actions. That's awesome.
A shout out to Hy-Vee too. They did 74 corsages in a period of 24 hours for our kids.
Wow.
And then they donated the flowers for our queens. So and they were beautiful red roses. I mean,
that's
absolutely
awesome.
Tears were just flowing down my eyes when I picked that up, and I was like, oh my gosh, you guys don't understand how special this is right now. And they were crying. It was pretty awesome.
What a huge, unique experience for sure.
Yeah.
I loved, and then they also walk away with gifts, which you got to have graduation or a prom, some kind of a gift, right? So how'd they swing that? Was that the Today Show did that?
Yeah. The Today Show, Amazon actually is the Today Show contacted Amazon, and Amazon chimed in with them and provided the gift card and a free student membership, and then the tablet for them.
The Fire tablet.
They have Fire tablet, every one of them.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
that's
they got
awesome.
$100 at Amazon.
We had some kids actually cry that were gentlemen when that was announced, because we have some kids that $100 gift card is something they can't even understand.
That is awesome.
So that was huge for them. They
gives me goosebumps. That's really cool.
Yes,
it is.
I was watching the faces of kids when that was announced, and literally I saw tears out of young men. Yeah. That were like, oh my God.
That is incredible.
It really was special. It meant a lot.
Yes,
and honestly,
it did.
Watching it, Same reaction.
Yeah.
I had
Oh,
the
yeah.
Same reaction. Like tears welled up because I
It's
was so
so
happy
cool.
for them.
Now, you guys, I'm sure you've thought of this. You guys did so much work getting this together, especially you two with all the phone calls and the parents keeping it quiet. I remember my post-prom, right? I think all the adults need to have a post-prom Zoom, a post-homecoming Zoom,
yeah.
where you guys all get together, have some adult beverages, have some cocktails, maybe play some poker, something like that, all on Zoom, and just reward yourselves for a job well done.
I tell you what, our parents were wonderful. I mean, the Today Show, I mean, we announced it to our kids. When was that, Judy?
Tuesday.
And then, the Today Show, like they said, I mean, I would, at 8:00 at night, the Today Show, the producers would email me and be like, we need more footage. We need more this, and I would get on the phone call with moms and I'd be like, okay, you moms need to start like chatting here because we need more. And God, the things those kids threw together.
They did.
They did. I love the video in their houses because the parents had to play along.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The footage was awesome.
That's so cool.
It is. It just gives me such
Well,
goosebumps.
congrats to you guys.
Yes.
And again, like Joel said, all the links and everything are in the show notes. So if you guys haven't seen it yet, it's there. It's on our Facebook page. And thank you guys for taking the time to Zoom with us today and talk about it.
Cool.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thanks for recognizing us. We appreciate it.
We're going to pass the thanks right along to Angie because she's the one that sent us the link for the video.
Yep. And Heather, Heather Witt,
yes.
who sent the first phone, I think Christy's phone number, and then it just kind of stockpiled. So thank you, Heather, for that as well. We appreciate
Teamwork,
that.
man. Teamwork.
Thanks, you guys.
You got
betcha.
it.
Have a great day.
See you guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
How fun.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool? That story. And really, if you get a chance to watch the video, because there's so much going on in there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure we tried to hit on everything, but it's just, and they just kept doing one more thing. And it was great. And the Demi Lovato part, watching that young girl's face when she realized it was like Demi Lovato was talking to her and she said her name.
Yeah. That's.
It wasn't like it was just this generic, hi, have a happy prom. This is Demi Lovato to Anytown, USA. They mentioned her name and the school.
Yeah.
And it was awesome.
Pretty awesome.
Yes. So there you go.
That's one of my favorite episodes we've done in a very, very long time.
I agree.
Okay, so it's Pat and JT, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And again, on patandjt.com. It
Even
looks
with-
a little different. But
Even with soap opera chaos.
Even with soap opera chaos.
We're okay.
I love it. Thanks for listening.
Pat and JT